Hi, I'm Yamini and welcome to my second video on how you can improve your next presentation by 80%. My first video covered storytelling, and if you haven't seen it, we're going to put a link here below for you to watch. In this video, we're going to look at the second tool you need to lift your presentations by 80%. I'm getting that 80% from Pareto's law, where 20% of your effort gives you 80% of your results. So as a presenter, if you put that 20% of effort into two things, into storytelling that my previous video covered, and the second thing that will give you that 80% lift is humor, making your audiences laugh. But we all have a bone-crunching fear in business. I am not funny. This is what people always tell me about themselves. They go, I am not funny. I want to bring into this video an insight by Kate Burr. Kate is a humor coach, an MC, a speaker, a comedian, all-around amazing woman. And she says, instead of saying, I am not funny, the question to ask is, can I make this audience smile? It's a much better question because it shifts the focus away from you to serving the audience. When you say, I am not funny, you're talking about who you are. When you ask, can I make this audience smile? You're asking about what you can do, what action you can take. And I know from my foray into comedy and with my Lead with Humor masterclass that humor is a skill that can be taught and learned, and we can all get better at it. The other fear people have with humor is they think it's joke telling. They go, oh, I'm not going to go into business and go an Irishman, an Englishman, and Scotsman. Humor in business is absolutely not joke telling. It's using humor skillfully and purposefully to connect, engage, and inspire an audience. And that's what good presenters do. One of my clients, Dee, was walking up to the stage to make a presentation, and the auditorium was packed. The CEO, all her peers, suppliers, the board. And on the way up, she tripped and fell. I know, so embarrassing. But she recovered. She walked up to the microphone and with a big smile, she said, things can only get better. Everybody laughed and a few people even clapped. Dee used humor power to recover. That's the sort of humor I'm talking about in business. The third thing that holds us back with using humor is we think we've got to come up with humor. We've got to craft humor. We've got to create it from scratch. But instead of creating humor from scratch, I invite you to curate humor, to look around in life and go, where are the funnies? Like my coffee shop, every day I go, they always have a little funny quote and I take a photo of it and I know I'm going to use it in my next presentation. All my friends are on funny alert. Every time they come across something funny, they see something funny on social media or something funny happens to them, they immediately send it to me. Just a couple of weeks ago, I was traveling, Sydney, Melbourne. It was Friday evening, all the business travelers getting on the plane, really grumpy. Everyone just wants to be home. And the cabin crew making their safety announcement. And the cabin crew member says, ladies and gentlemen, we're dimming our lights for takeoff. And also because it's much more flattering for our crew. Everybody immediately started laughing. And boom, he changed the atmosphere in that flight. That's the kind of humor I'm talking about. So the two tools will help you quantum leap your next presentation by 80% are storytelling and humor. Humor power can be taught and learned, and no matter what your message or your industry, humor can help you stand out and succeed. So if you're interested in learning, storytelling or humor, it will be my pleasure to work with you. Thank you so much for watching.